Greetings everyone, Garnet Schulhauser here, and welcome to this video, which is one of the series in my Startling Revelations from the Spirit Realm series, which I have been posting on YouTube. For those of you who are not familiar with me, I have written 5 books in the spiritual genre, all of which deal with my conversations and astral travels with my spirit guide Albert, who confronted me on the street one day disguised as a homeless man. Ever since I met Albert, I've had a number of amazing, fascinating astral trips to various places, to the spirit side, to other places on our planet, to other places in the universe. And I've described many of those encounters in my books. But on one of my trips to the spirit side, and the spirit side is the place where we all came from before we incarnated. It's the natural home for our souls, and it's a place that we will all return to after our physical bodies die. Anyway, on one of my trips to the spirit side, I was fortunate to have a conversation with Jesus Christ, and we discussed his life on earth, his mission, and what is happening with the Christian church. One of the things he revealed to me, which was quite startling, is that despite what the scriptures have said, he was not celibate all his life. He was actually married to Mary Magdalene, and they had 2 sons and 1 daughter. Now, the scriptures don't say this because the mentions of Jesus and his marriage to Mary Magdalene were edited out so that people were not aware of the fact that he was in fact married and had children. Why did they do this? Early leaders of the church had the misguided view that a person could not be truly pure and holy and godlike if he or she engaged in a demeaning and base practice known as sexual intercourse. And so when they decided that they should depict Jesus as the Son of God, they thought that it would not be a good story to tell if he was in fact married and had children. So they edited those mentions out of the scriptures, and so what we have today are scriptures that say Jesus was celibate all of his life. Now, the fact I've just disclosed will startle and in fact enrage many Christians who firmly believe that what they read in the scriptures is true and correct, and that Jesus was celibate and never married. But I got the true facts from the horse's mouth. Jesus confirmed to me that he did in fact marry Mary Magdalene, and they had children. Albert says that the other reason that the early leaders of the church edited out all reference to the marriage of Jesus and Mary Magdalene was that they did not want people to know that Mary Magdalene was the closest confidant and most important advisor to Jesus when he lived on earth. This was because in the very extreme patriarchal society that Jesus lived in when he was on the earth, they thought that women were secondary to men in all respects. They could not tolerate the thought that Mary Magdalene was closer to Jesus than his male apostles. So that was the other reason they got rid of this concept that Mary Magdalene was in fact married to Jesus Christ. Now, Albert confirmed to me that after Christ was crucified, his children were smuggled out of Palestine to another country, where they grew up, got married, and had their own children. That means, of course, that there are likely many, many direct descendants of Christ living today on our planet. Albert will not disclose which country the children were smuggled into, nor their names or any other information that could identify them or their children. This, he said, has to be kept secret. And he jokingly said that it's best for these people to not know if they are descendants of Christ, otherwise some of them may end up drowning when they try to walk across a lake. But in all seriousness, this raises the question of whether any of the descendants of Christ have inherited his miracle gene, which would allow them to perform miracle feats similar to what Jesus Christ did. Some of the descendants of Christ may in fact know that they are descendants, but many others probably are totally unaware. All I can say is that if any of the viewers of this video feel in whatever fashion that they may be descendants of Jesus Christ, then please contact me, because I'd like to share your story keeping your name and other information confidential, of course. But whatever you do, if you decide to test out your abilities to perform miracle feats, please make sure that if you try to walk across a lake, that you are first wearing a life jacket. That's all for now, folks. Enjoy the rest of your day. And if you enjoy this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. So take care, thank you for watching, and remember to keep on dancing.